Okay, hey, hi, hello. I am not streaming this because I'm in a crappy mood, and I might just cut this after 20 minutes and get rid of it. And I'm trying to work up to streaming. So, hey, Islanders. Everything's fine. I'm okay. It's just one of those days. Now, I want to use this as an opportunity to kind of talk through and explore that. Because the fucking Islanders series has largely been a therapeutic intent on my part, so that's gonna keep going. Have you ever been to a rave? Or festival, I should say. And then come back to the world after it. It's a rough transition. Yeah, you get all the amenities like toilets and showers, running water. But there's a profound feeling of longing and loss after you've stepped outside of your daily life and done something truly different, exceptional, exciting. It's something that gets you moving and feeling and considering life in a different way. It's the same kind of thing you get from coming home from a really good vacation. It's just like, fuck, back to this. And I think many of us have pretty okay lives, pretty good lives. And so that feeling of shit, back to this, or fuck, back to this, or whatever else. This frustration with the return to normalcy. It can make you feel helpless, powerless, small, frustrated and angry and desperate. This is particularly common amongst folks who go to Burning Man. If you're not in the community, and you'd be in the minority if you were, there are plenty of post-burn events located all over the country for burners to get back together and process their experience and process transitioning back into normal society. But it speaks to the inherent addictive nature that a lot of human beings experience from time to time. Like, ooh, nice thing. I like nice thing. I don't want anything but nice thing. It's like when you start partying for the first time as a teenager or something. Just like, yeah, I want to feel this good all the time. But you won't, bud. It'll have diminishing returns, which is okay. You just learn to like it when it's good, like it when it's not as good, and spend time not doing it so you can get back to that same kind of good feeling. And it'll never feel the same way twice, so don't try to recreate the same experience out of some desperate search for that one authentic time. And the same thing can be said for all kinds of other experiences. Like the first time you have a really, really good food. Like, specific type of food. Let's say a really good wine, or like a really, really good, I don't know, like the perfect mango. And then the next time you go out and you buy mango and it looks the same and it smells the same and you're super excited, you bring it home and you start preparing it and you take a bite. It's just not the fucking same. It's not as smooth, it's not as soft. It's sweet, but not in the right way. Well, this isn't a new idea that I'm talking about, that I'm exploring here. This is a... really, it's at the crux of Buddhism. That wanting a thing can, and often does, lead to suffering. Now, Buddhism ultimately posits that the solution, clearly, is to just give up wanting things. To remove yourself from attachment to worldly desires and transcend it. Personally, I'm not 100% into that, but no, it does seem like a rational response to that circumstance. I've talked about it plenty of times before, but I suffer from pretty consistent depression. It lets up, and oh my god, when it lets up, I am like fucking sunlight through the clouds. I am God rays. But then it'll simmer down a little bit. And it almost always pops up. Some years it's not bad at all. Some years it's really tough. Some years it seems to last all year, and some years it seems to just pass by and not come back anytime soon. There's a ton of factors at work. But I think we just need to remember to be patient with ourselves and kind to ourselves. Things don't change overnight. Lifestyles and habits and what's normal for us doesn't change quickly or overnight. For new lives, new normals, new routines to become something that we're used to takes a while. And it takes pretty intentional effort, truthfully. It can be work. It can be deeply satisfying work, but it can also be deeply exhausting work. Now, I haven't come back from a rave. At least not as far as I'm aware. I haven't had anything quite like that. But still, I've been feeling that kind of melancholic longing. This feeling that I saw something better, or I saw something good. I saw something beautiful and exciting that just moved me and invigorated me and excited me and motivated me. I already said that, didn't I? Just deeply moved me. And in the moment, all I wanted was more of it, and in its absence, I felt pretty similar. This is normal. I know, human beings are kind of clingy, kind of not far from our mammal roots when it comes to this. This thing good, I like this thing, I want this thing. Give more of this thing. And I like that my brain has that space. Do I always like it? No, but it's alright. I've been considering ways of living that I haven't honestly considered in a long time. I've been giving a lot of thought to traveling to seeing people. Some specific people. Well, a specific people. But then that kind of cascaded into thinking about, why don't I just travel more Why don't I move? Where would I move if I moved? Things like that. I have friends all over this damn country. I miss a lot of them. But, traveling's expensive. I was just talking with my friend Corey about that this morning. I really want to be able to grab a drink and sit somewhere with a nice view and just talk the night away and catch up and see how he's doing. And it's not easy. You can't just will that into reality. Well, you can if you have money. When I went through a pretty bad breakup, I did that thing where I fixated on it. I fixated on the loss and the pain and the frustration and what I wanted. Specifically, what I wanted that I wasn't getting. So, in a stroke of level-headedness, I made a list. I made a list for myself of things to do before I was allowed to reach out to the person that I wanted to reach out to. Because it was bad by many degrees, but I was obsessing and fixating and having a really hard time snapping out of that. Really hard. I was at a point in my life where it felt like my whole world had fallen apart. And I was really desperate to cling on to that connection in some part, big or small. And terrified to let it go. And this list I made is not amazing. But if you have ever suffered from depression for prolonged periods of time, or loved anyone who has, then this might sound pretty familiar. Oh, it's not a very elegant list. I absolutely grant you that. It's written in pen, it's a first draft, and it never moved anywhere. But the idea was, if I followed these rules, and of course I didn't because I'm terrible at following rules, then I'd be in a position where I could much more healthily, respectfully, etc. engage with these people and treat myself. So, am I healthy? Have I eaten? Have I slept? Is my home clean? Is my work done? Have I reached out to other people? Have I created anything today? Have I done laundry? Have I thought through what I want to say? How do I feel? Am I being respectful and gracious? Have I looked backward for perspective? Have I gone outside today? Am I wanting to move forward, or am I wanting to move backward? Have I given them a reasonable amount of time to respond or reach out? And the last one is, do I feel good about myself? Now, if I could answer yes to all those questions, then I was off the hook and could really just go ahead and be a dumb little shit and fixate. But the thing is, a lot of those took enough time and enough energy and took care of me in different ways that if I followed the rules, when I followed the questions, it rarely got to the point where I'd reach out to the person at all. I'd find somebody else to talk to. I'd find something else to think about and fixate on and enjoy. I'd find things in life that made me happy, or at least ate up time. Definitely things that ate up time. And importantly, I didn't neglect myself and my health out of this desperate, clawing want. I am not a trained counselor or psychologist. I have a very loose background in behavioral studies, socialism, yep, that's right, in socialism, in sociology, anthropology, psychology, but not even an undergraduate, so I'm wholly unqualified to really talk. There's a but that hangs in the air there, but really I am. I think there are better, more effective ways to respond to the feelings I was having and to address the issues I was struggling with in a way to encourage and build up somebody to start going about steps to heal and take care of themselves and think about themselves before obsessing. That's fucking hard, even if you do have a plan. I had this weekend a really, really good date. Really, really good time. And we agreed to a follow-up, but wow. The anticipation of that and the wanting of that, like this like desperate fanatical want, not fanatical, but this really desperate want of finding like an amazing connection and just not wanting to have to leave, not wanting to have to go home, not wanting to have to stop being in each other's presence. I know many relationships can start out this way. I am not a stranger to puppy love. But even by those standards, it's pretty intense and exceptional and really remarkable. And honestly, I can't articulate why in a sufficient capacity to meaningfully distinguish it to an outsider. You would just have to feel it. And I know that's not a satisfactory description, but it is what it is. And I hate that expression so much, but well. But I had this great time, and God, the shadow that this bright light casts, the contrast between that and not that is quite poignant, quite profound, quite powerful, quite dramatic. And if this is going to be a thing, if this is going to be a long-term thing, either things mellow down and the contrast isn't so bad, or, and this is the way it mostly is with me, if I'm being honest, the contrast never really stops being so pronounced, and instead you start taking actions to actively counter it. Talking to the person a lot, spending a lot of time with them, traveling to see them, adjusting lifestyles and schedules and normalcy for the sake of this new thing. Oh, I am an absolutely unrepentant romantic. I moved cross country multiple times for relationships that were a gamble at the best and ended up not paying out in the end. hang out meaning we didn't stay together, or we weren't even together by the time I finally got there. At the time, obviously that was discouraging and disheartening and painful. But I'd do it again. I'd absolutely do it again, because I wouldn't be me if I didn't do it again. I wouldn't be a stubborn fucking romantic and daydreamer. I wouldn't be someone who rolls the dice because what if it comes out? It's a gambler's fallacy. I know. It's potentially dangerous and unhealthy in a lot of ways, and can contribute to addictive-like behaviors. Absolutely. But I'm not gonna change. Because I don't want to. I like... being that intense. I'm checking my language here a little bit. I like feeling that strongly. I like engaging and indulging on feeling that strongly. I once wrote something to the effect that really, if you love something, you should love it as fervently and often as you can. Love it like a fire. And if it burns out, well, it burns out. But if it doesn't, then truly that's something remarkable. Now, I think with time and distinguished age, I may have discovered a bit more nuance in the matter, but I'm happy to be excited. I'm not going to try to... I honestly, at first, I did try to refrain from being excited, and as excited, I really kept... God, what's a good way to express this? I kept circumventing or cutting off how I was feeling. Being like, whoa, Alex, slow down. Whoa, Alex, whoa, slow down. But fuck, man. Like, why? I want to live an unapologetically authentic and vulnerable life. In truth, I've been hurt by it, and I've hurt people by it. I don't love that. Really rather do without that part. And as I'm growing and learning, getting better at not doing that part. Getting better at avoiding that part. I used to be such a little... just die-hard romantic. Whenever I'd get drunk, I'd write poetry to text poetry. Because I didn't drunk dial people, I drunk texted poetry. To 3, 4, 6 people. Friends, crushes, partners, exes. The fact that many of you put up with it speaks volumes to your character and your patience, or my irresistible charm. I'm still a very expressive person. And I want the people I love to feel loved. But I've discovered that maybe, just maybe, there's more nuance and more, better opportunities than that. Have you ever been in a situation where you start having feelings for someone and you weren't ready? I'm betting that's probably a yes. Oftentimes, romance, love, affection, crushes, desire catches us when we're not looking for it. Sometimes we catch it when we are looking for it, and that is a damn satisfying experience, but we are very strange creatures. And I mean that in a fond way. I spent most of the night tonight thinking about... Oh, really thinking about a lot, but I fixated on... At first, anyway, early on in the night, I fixated on people who aren't around in my life anymore. The people who have made profound, marked, significant impacts in my life that aren't around anymore. And, unsurprisingly, that didn't lead anywhere particularly good. I started thinking about the people I wish I could see, that I could be around. The night shift has a great way of making you feel isolated. Particularly if you, like I, work alone. I wanted to sing for someone. A very specific someone, in fact. I wanted to... Yeah, I wanted to... experience being vulnerable and sweet in that way. It's pretty rare that I want to sing in front of other people if I'm not drunk. When, I'm sure I've talked about this before, when I had one of my first relationships, it was a long-distance relationship. She lived in Texas and I lived in Indiana, so maybe a bad idea from the start. Met on MySpace, I think? I don't even remember how. Like, I honestly have no idea. We didn't have any mutual friends. I think she found me. Fucking weird. But I used to sing her to sleep every night. For like a year. And since then, I think understandably it's been tender. It's been a decade and change since then. And I've opened up. I've sang for other people. I've made lullabies for other people. Spent very, very happy hours singing with other people. But it's a really weird gift that I sometimes want to give. I don't think I'm particularly good at singing. I think that I have a pretty strange voice. Some people like it, and God bless you. I want to. I'm learning to, but oh lord, it is a long process. Ah, yeah. I think what I need to find are ways to feel good and productive in this upcoming interim period that I'm really just wanting to get through this week. And that's not that hard. That's pretty achievable. But like, really, I don't want to. that's that's the damn thing. Is I'm kind of happy feeling sad. I'm happy that I miss someone. I'm happy that I'm missing their presence. I'm happy that I want more of their presence. And it's relieving in a way to feel as crappy as I'm feeling. I mean, it's not great. Like, on the whole, I would rather just, feel good and have time with the person I want to have time with, but I think Buddhism's a little off. I don't think removing desire is the only way to end suffering. I think that some sadness, has a really poignant and powerful role to play in our lives. It's a reminder of how good things were, or are. It's potent, and it's powerful, and it's meaningful, and it helps give gravity to things. Like, hell yeah, that mattered. Hell yeah, that was important. Hell yeah, I want that. Maybe, just maybe, I'm justifying it to myself. And trying to work in a way that it's actually good and not just shitty. But that's most of life, if I'm being honest, is finding ways to rationalize and cope with unpleasant and undesired realities. There are people who work where I work who have a 2-hour-long commute. Kind of crazy. At least for me. But if you had asked me 2 weeks ago, a week ago even, if an hour commute would be enough to put me off of a friendship or a job or a relationship, or you get the question, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, that sounds exhausting. And it does, but it doesn't. I mean, yeah, it's time, but like, so long as you feel motivated enough by the end goal and don't hate the journey for what it is, try to find a way to enjoy the journey, Can't be that bad. I really like traveling. I really like road trips, trains, the open road. Yeah, I don't know. If it sounds like I'm spacey, it's not that. I'm just kinda slow and sad today. But I'm also like really happy that I am sad. Just some tender horseshit. I am got such a softy right now. I really am. And tell the truth, it's been an embarrassing reminder. Like, oh yeah, I can be this way. Oh, I am baby sometimes. Oh fuck. I had gotten quite used to not having a more cool level, even-keeled kind of vibe going on. I was really priding myself in it, actually. And who's to say which is better and which is worse? Probably everybody. Probably everybody has an opinion on that, but I'm saying that I don't have a clear outcome there. I don't have a clear winner. I'm gonna try to make the most of this week. I'm gonna record. After this, I'm gonna fucking stream. I'm gonna finish the chapters for Life is Strange 2. I'm gonna keep content coming to this channel because it makes me feel good. Folks watching, folks participating, oh my god, feels great. But really, just establishing a habit and keeping at it. Doing something in some form of responsibility. And I know, like, a Twitch or YouTube channel isn't a huge responsibility, but you might be surprised at the amount of work that can go into it. Why not? A lot of streamers are pretty vocal about it. I'm gonna keep writing something every night. Probably more than just a little bit. I'm gonna keep trying to take photos every day. Or at least one photo every day. Gonna try to work out a little every day. Probably not very much, but a little. I'm gonna keep designing the thing I'm designing that I'm not gonna talk about. No, it's not a game. It's a thing for a person, but that's all you're getting out of me for now. I'm terrible with secrets. Well, like, I'm fucking horrible with secrets. I don't like secrets. It's really antithetical to me. I like my ex can attest to this. Every fucking holiday, I'd get her something. I'd be so excited about it that I just tell her why I got it. Like, ah, shit, you're gonna love this. I got you this. It's so cool. Let's see if I can keep my poker face on. I doubt it, and I really don't care to, so probably not. I'm gonna keep reading. Seems like a strange thing to say, but meeting new people from new places is often all the motivation I need to start reading about those new places. Their histories, politics, demographics, geology, geography, all that stuff. And I haven't been learning a ton lately, but I've been learning. A little bit. And every fucking little bit matters. something that I want to recognize as a pretty big fault in my character is how confident I can be, which is absolutely hilarious to say, given how I've just been a mushy fucking weak ass bitch. Just pathetic. I've been just a puddle over a lot of the last week. But I can often say things with a great degree of confidence and assuredness, and be absolutely wrong. I want to find a way to project confidence, but also project that I'm very, very open to being wrong. I'm very, like, God, if this isn't something you understand about me, it's fucking core to my character. I want to be wrong most of the time. I want to learn. I want to have new nuances and new understandings and new niches and new, I want people to point out how my faves are problematic. I want people to poke holes in things that I find testament. I like feeling intelligent. But more than that, I like learning. I like that feeling that the world is more than it used to be. Sometimes more shitty. Sometimes more exciting. Sometimes more depressing. Sometimes more exciting. I already said exciting. You get it. Sometimes good. Sometimes bad. Sometimes yes. Sometimes no. But how we feel about the world doesn't change the way it is. And I'm more interested in learning about the way it is than the way I want it to be. Yeah, I just looked at the recording time, 40 minutes. Tell you what, if we get to an hour, win or lose, I'm gonna put in a cut. Because to keep on schedule with Life is Strange and not exhaust myself even more, I'm gonna have to start streaming that soon. There we go! Alright, wow. So, long and short. If you're having a bad day, it's okay. You've had good ones too. If things suck, take care of yourself as best that you can. Be patient with yourself and be kind to yourself. If something really good happened, you can expect to feel a little down a couple days later once you come down from it. That's totally normal. It's totally okay. Take time to write about it, think about it, talk about it, process it. It's important. It's really important. And yeah. I guess I'll go stream now. I'm probably gonna make myself a more substantial breakfast. My appetite has sucked over the last few days. Like the last week and a half, I think. It's been bad. Too many fucking butterflies in there. But until tomorrow, thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna say toodaloo, take care. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.